Hey beauties, it's me, Sarah Burns, a ritualist, teacher of mystic arts and clairvoyant, among so much more. And I just wanted to put a little video out here on what it means to look into the future and a few do's and a few don'ts around that. Here's my daughter coming in. And so, one of the pieces that I actually what I am specialized in with my work as a clairvoyant is actually working with the past. So working with timelines, whether they're from this life or our previous lives, that are affecting you now. So usually when I work with clients, I might go to a specific year or a specific month or a date that I can see having some pattern that's been experienced there that might be playing out in your life now. But what I don't generally do, but I do once a year, is this course called Calendar Magic Divining 2022 is happening this year. It's our third year in a row. And so what that means to look into the future, why I do it and why I don't do it. So what I found and what I believe is that the future is actually, it's kind of like a river of flowing water, and the variables in life actually can change that current or redirect it, or even create new tributaries or new pathways, or block where they might be going and kind of get you to go in another direction with that current. So I do think that the future is a flexible, shifting experience. But what I have found, and for some folks, like I do have some psychics I actually trust because they, for some reason, can kind of gauge, well, what current is going to be consistent in this person's, if this person's following this pathway of consistency and how in their belief systems and how they're showing up in the trajectory of their prayers and their actions, that sometimes we actually just get in a groove and it actually makes it much easier to track where our future is going to go. Predictability, it's like a good thing, bad thing, I don't know. So why I like to do this class is I like to see the future as a landscape. And so it's a landscape that we get to be, just say we're at the top of a mountain, we look out and we see this landscape that's our future. And we still have to traverse it. There's still going to be experiences along the way, but there's different points along that map that can be helpful to know about. Just if in any journey with any map is having, okay, there's going to be this river bend, or there's going to be this important stone that's marking this transition. And so with this class, we actually get into kind of finding those different marking points along the next Gregorian calendar year. My personal year started in November, but and exploring, okay, what does it look like to actually divine into the future, to peer into our future from a place of loving intent. So one thing that happens a lot, one thing that happens a lot is I feel like it can be really endearing to try to answer certain questions about the future, especially, it's usually the love questions, or love, romance, career, like all those big things. It's nice to be like, hey, can we go into that? But what I find with my work is that I like to see the essence of what's coming our way. So what's the symbolic kind of like prophecy that we get to witness for ourselves, so that we can, even if it doesn't make sense right away, it might not even make sense until the next year when you look back and realize how clear and on point it was. But we get to go through this journey and feel in our bodies, what does that roadmap in the next year look like and feel like to us. And so I hope that some of you can join us for Calendar Magic 2022. And there will be recording available if you would so like, but I do encourage coming in person or it's a live online course. So class, it's about an hour and a half, and it's on the solstice. So if you come in person, there will be opportunities for us to share the visions that we've had. We will be working with oracle cards or tarot cards, and using a system of tracking, oracular tracking, that I've kind of developed for this work. And yeah, it's a super interesting way of playing with the future. And I know for me, I do it every year because I want to do it for myself as well. And I know that the accountability of being there with all you and with all the students, I think we had like 28 students last year, um, really helps me show up. And I know for me, like what I've done is that every month we go through each month of the year and do a reading for each month. And so it's been really fascinating to have these kind of guide points, these sign points for each month, and to use them to help me navigate what's happening, or to notice how much what's already in place and laid out in my life corresponds with that connection and that experience. So I hope you can join us. For folks that are watching this and you're already in the Ritualist Pass course, if you're in the Study Hive, you get to join for free, or it's part of your course. And then for folks that are watching this in the local hive, I'm going to be throwing you guys some half off coupons. So I hope to have all the students, as many who want to come, and all the new students. And I know we already have returning students because it's just a good class. It's kind of one of those like, let's get this done every year kind of classes. So until next, beauties, have a good one. That's my daughter eating my earbuds. Ciao.